overall, a really nice lap. I don't have that many comments because you really nailed, especially from the Porsche curbs all the way through the final chicanes. Really, my notes are going to be at the start of the lap, first half of the lap. So here, I think we're rolling too much speed in. We're braking too late, so we're missing this first apex. We really want to get that left side tire inside the curb and hold it left. See how much more road we're using here? You're the red line. You have to really tighten your radius later to throttle. The green line's holding left, much wider radius, earlier to throttle. See how much more wheel you have in the car here, so you can't get to as much throttle. If you held it left, you would be able to open your hands earlier, get a much better exit. So braking slightly earlier, use that first curb more, hold it left, and then back for the right curb. Really good through here, nice and smooth, good entry speed, nice to throttle. Excellent job through here. Into this next corner, we're too late to initial throttle. Leads on to this long straightaway. We really want to get to initial throttle here. You're only getting the throttle back over here, so you're just not quite as fast down the straightaway. I don't want you to roll much less speed, just slightly less speed, and get to that initial throttle earlier. Same line, everything else looks really, really good. Down the back straightaway, we're solid. Into these next two chicanes, looking really good, actually. Good braking, nice turning points, nice and smooth. We might be able to just hold it straight a little longer, scrub just slightly less speed here, opening the hands a little earlier. That's just a very small note. Not much speed to be gained through there. Again, looking like we've got good braking points here. We can still challenge those brake points, but it looks pretty good. To throttle, very nice. You know, I think we should try to roll maybe just slightly more entry speed, but keeping that same exit. Really not much to say there. You're looking really good. Into this next corner here that leads onto the middle straightaway, really, we want to keep our eyes up. I think you've got a good brake zone. I think you roll pretty good entry speed. You get to throttle nicely. But if I notice one thing, we don't use all the road on exit. So our hands have a lot of turn in here. I'd like to see you open your hands earlier. Use the curb on the outside here. The reason you're not, to me, says your eyes are too low. You're not looking far enough in advance. So because the reason why it's important is when you have more wheel in the car, you don't have the same level of grip to get to throttle. So I'd like to see you opening those hands slightly earlier and use the track out that'll allow you to get more aggressive throttle that'll really gain you easy time down this straightaway. And that's really easy time going to Indianapolis, which is perfect. Really solid through here. Good entry speed. I don't care about getting too much to the throttle here. It's nice and solid. Into this next section here, I think we're too late to initial throttle. We roll too much speed through this apex. It's the slowest corner on track, so it's really easy to do. At this point is where I want to get back to initial throttle, at the start of this curve. We're only much later back here. That's going to hurt you all the way down this straightaway. I know it's really hard to do because it's so slow there compared to the rest of the track, but focus on picking up that initial throttle earlier, so slightly less entry speed, whether that means braking harder at the same point or backing up that brake zone so you sacrifice a little bit on entry. Is going to give you a good amount of time here on exit. We look really good on here. It almost looks too controlled. I think we can roll just a little bit more speed through the first curve here of the Porsche curves, but overall really solid job, nice and smooth. I don't have much to say through the second half of the lap. You look really good. The braking points as well. A lot of guys will brake too deep into the final two chicanes. You don't do that. You carry good entry speed, but you get a good exit, and you set yourself up really well for this last apex. Perfect mid-road. Get it back to the left. Nice throttle. Beautiful lap. Nice job. We hope you found this helpful. Let us know your feedback whenever you got it.